This time I didn't have time to... There's something wrong with my audio, I think. Either I put my microphone to be a little bit too loud, or just let me know about the audio. I just got this preamp processor voice thingy, so the audio should be better, but I'm still feeling like not really sure about it. So just let me know if the audio is fine, if the audio versus music ratio. Hi Fridas, how's it going? If you're in the chat, Periscope, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you're watching, just say hi, just so I know that you are here. We're gonna start in a couple of minutes. Yeah, I think I did pretty much everything. Okay, let me just retweet from the other profile while you settle down, grab your popcorn, whatever you're doing. Hi Andrew, hi MCSco. Everything seems fine. Audio versus music, I mean microphone versus music, nothing is too loud, too low, whatever. Let me retweet. Here is the link for this week. So just post anything that you have here in this link. We're going to discuss it at the end of the stream. Anything that happened this week, anything that you think that is worth discussing that happened this week, just reply to that tweet. I'm gonna read everything at the end. Jesus, don't kill the microphone, chill. All right, so this is why I had the waiting screen last time, just so I can give people time to get ready and actually settle down for the stream. But this time I had some problems with stream elements and I just didn't have time to set it up. Anyway, I started building my new blog today. It's not going to be a blog. It's going to be a hybrid between like a Twitter timeline and a blog. And I'm super hyped about it. And that's why I actually considered skipping this stream today, because I was coding until almost 4 a.m. yesterday. And that's never a good idea unless you're like super hyped for the thing that you're building. So I couldn't wait to do this thing. I hate that I have to share like 8 different links. People are like, hey, what microphone are you using? Hey, what keyboard are you using? I'm like, God, I need to use this page. And like, I want all of my vlogs properly organized. I want all of my development videos properly organized. I want things to be properly organized. So I was busy with building a blog. And hey, Chandra, how's it going? I actually went with Next.js instead of Gatsby. And God damn it, it's a fucking nice experience with 9.3. So, I think I was using this get static props. I don't know. I just copied some boilerplate. I'm not sure. Or server side props. I don't know. But it was super dope. So I went with Graph CMS for hosting my my data. So here I'm storing all of my blog posts and videos and so on. And then I just query them on the Next.js side. And then I get like server side generated pages for the blog. It's super dope. I think that at this point, honestly, if I'm super honest with you, I feel a little bit intimidated by Gatsby. Let's tune in awesome uses. All right, just reply to that tweet. I'm gonna read all of this at the end. So what was I saying? Yeah, about Gatsby. I feel intimidated by all of this shit that's going on in Gatsby. I don't know, Gatsby themes and like all of this mixed ways of doing things is just like driving me crazy. And in Next.js, I just have a folder, and in the folder I have pages, and in the pages I have the blog post page with a slug. And then I fetch something from the CMS and I server-side render that page. It's like, I don't know. I like the concept more than I actually like the concept of Gatsby. I don't know. I haven't touched Gatsby in a long time. But this seems like super simple to set up. And I can't wait to share the new version of the website with you. But that's that. I was busy with that. I actually got into a discussion with Tim this morning. And I'm going to admit it that I was a bit of a dick. I was a bit of in the wrong. And lately I can admit when I'm using the wrong words, you know, for things. So I want to start with that discussion first. So I was pretty hyped about this, that you can finally go in your tsconfig or jsconfig in Next.js, and you can say base URL is source, and basically you can move all of your pages there and stuff, and you will be able to do import component / header instead of import ... / whatever. So when I saw that working, and it worked with a one line without installing additional... Today I started so soon? What do you mean? Did I miss something? Hi there, hi Cohen. No, it's 4 p.m. Central European Summer Time, so it's the same time every Saturday. But anyway, I was super hyped about this, that it actually worked. And from the first, like, I'm using Create React app for every app that I'm making with React, but for the first time I could actually use Next.js because of this line, and I was super hyped about it. However, I don't know, someone said, hey, I can finally search just my code without node modules. That's the best day of my life so far. And I'm like, it makes so much sense. I don't get why framework people are so stubborn sometimes. So yeah, stubborn was the wrong word here, but I didn't know how to describe I didn't know how to describe when you're asking for a feature, like you're like, hey, can we import stuff from source? And then they give you like a twisted answer. Yeah, you can already do that with static, Babel, Webpack, reconfig, and so on. And you're like me as a user, I was always like, oh, okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna use create React app, because actually in create React app you get, wait, what is that thing? Node path or whatever it was called. Like I forgot how yeah, this. Like you could add this, and like every time I would stumble upon this issue, I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna use this line and go back to create React app with a hope that actually it's gonna be a one-liner at some point in Next.js. And like after revisiting it for a while and just getting that answer, hey, you can use this, hey, you can use that, like I was super hyped, and I used the wrong word, that framework people are so stubborn sometimes. So that's what I meant by using stubborn. I meant like I'm a maker, and I'm actually in this position a lot of times when someone is like, hey, in CZ we wanna do whatever, and like you clearly get what are they requesting from you, like you clearly get what is the user asking, and you're like, yeah, you can already do this, but you know that it's bullshit. Like as a maker of the thing, you know that it's bullshit when you're saying like you can already do this. It's like you can do this, but it's not exactly what you're asking for. So if I go in Trello CZ public board, if I can find this thing, there's so many requests here, and I'm pretty sure that I can answer 50% of them by just saying you can already do this. Make a visual difference between two identical views. And I can tell them that like if I go to CZ Help Center, so yeah, let me just show you what I mean. Like in CZ Help Center, we have this thing to detect if the app is running in CZ. And what you can do is you can check window.cz and you can render a different thing on different devices based on this. So I clearly know what the user asks from me here. I want to make a visual difference between two identical views, and I can tell them, hey, this is already possible. Just detect window.cz, and if cz device index equal 1, just use a server-side redirect to another URL. And the user would be like, yeah, buddy, but I didn't mean exactly that. I meant you give me an easier way of achieving the thing. And I know what they mean, but I'm still stubborn, and I'm like, no, you can actually do it. And I'm gonna take the card and I'm gonna move it here. Cannot be done, can reproduce, or not planned. So I've been in this position when I'm moving a card to cannot be done or already there, and I know that it's not what the user wants. So I've been in this position, and that's what I see sometimes from open source maintainers. Create React app is one of the biggest injustice. They were too stubborn to override Webpack. There's another stubbornness. Create React app, like literally every other thing that you use, like Next.js or Gatsby and so on, allows you to override the Webpack configuration. The maintainers of Create React app, for their own reasons. So the word that I would use in this case might not be the right word, like stubborn. I don't know if that's the word, but they're like, no, we don't need it. And literally there's not a single person in the world that they won't need to override the Webpack config. Zero. Like there's 0 people who are using Create React app in production without overriding. Like everyone is using React app rewired or something to rewire the configuration. And the maintainers of Create React app for like 4 years. Like I was the first person actually that did custom React scripts. Like I did this before customization of Create React app was possible. And I did it just so you can do with one line enable SES. Okay? So that's the idea. If someone wants to use SES, you want to use one line to enable SES. And that's it. And usually the answer from the maintainers would be like, oh, you can already use SES with Create React app. You just have to eject, never get updates again, rewire Webpack manually and so on. You can already use SES, but that's not the answer. I'm asking you to give me a way of enabling SES with one line. So anyway, just to shorten the discussion, as a maker, whether it's open source or an app or whatever, when you feel like, I don't know, the ego, or you're proud of the things that you build and somebody asks something from you, usually you answer with, oh, that's already possible. No, we're not gonna do that. Like maintainers, makers, whatever, they have their own reasons for not doing things, but it's about the way of communicating why you're not gonna need these things. And if like 90,000 users actually ask you to do the thing in an easier way, you might be like, well, fuck it, so many people ask for it, we might as well add support for it. So anyway, I think it was just I'm Andrew Lucas says, before adjusted a little and published under another name Always rebase when a new version appears. Yeah, a lot of people are doing this because it's not easy to override Create React app. And I'm personally, like, I deprecated this package because I couldn't keep up with the changes in Create React app, and I didn't want to mess with Webpack. So now I'm just using React app rewired, and I rewire every single client-side app that I have. Every single one. That's it. But if you ask one of the makers of Create React app, they're going to tell you that it was a smart decision that we actually didn't allow overriding of Webpack. Yeah, I don't know what to call it. Stubbornness, ego. Maybe these people are smarter than us and know what they're doing. But at the end of the day, if like 90% of your users are doing the thing that you keep telling them, no, you don't need to do it, you might as well be like, well, if they're doing it, we might as well add an official way of actually doing it. So yeah, me and Tim couldn't actually reach a conclusion here because I think this happened with the Next.js repo previously. So I don't want to talk about this like without anyone from the Next.js team being in this discussion because it feels kind of douchey. Just me, you know, defending my position without them defending their position. So I'm gonna end this by saying that I apologize to Tim and then I apologize to the Next.js team if my usage of the word stubborn, that the maintainers are stubborn, or it took them only 17 years, but I don't care. Like, you know me. People who know me on Twitter know that I have this like sarcastic, cynical, asshole way of tweeting. I'm not defending myself. It's just the way I am. And sometimes my way of tweeting can actually hurt someone's feelings. They can be like, hey, we work hard on this thing. It's very douchey for you to say that it only took you 17 years to do something. But I was like seriously hyped this morning, and I didn't write it with any negative intent. Anyway, just to cut it short, I want to apologize. I learned not to hold grudges. I actually met Tim a couple of times. We had a discussion in person. So I would like to discuss this with him in person instead of me being an asshole and talking to myself here without him defending their position. I think the Next.js team is great. And as I said in one of the replies here, I actually praise Next.js for every update that they have, even though I'm not using it. So I could have used it for the CZ landing page, which is built with Create React app for these reasons. Like I wanted to use source as a root directory. Like there's some things that I could use in Create React app, and the CZ page actually, it makes sense for this to be a server-side rendered app because I need SEO and all of these things. I still went for Create React app because I had these nitpicks about Next and Gatsby, a lot of these other things. Like it was just easiest to jump on Create React app and actually use it instead of something else. But still, even though I was not using it, I was praising every single release, and I'm actually rooting so hard for the Next.js team because I think they're changing the way we are writing web apps. So I started my new blog, I started my new portfolio with Next.js. I'm super happy with everything that I have. And finally with the, what the fuck it was called? Yes, yeah, base URL source. I'm finally, like, I have zero complaints about building a page with Next.js. However, I'm not gonna build every single Next app that I do with Next.js. I'm still gonna pick Create React app sometimes and Next.js sometimes based on the need that I have. But now the choice is easier because they support most of the things that I actually need in Create React app. So anyway, let me see the chat. For me, Create React app is for educational purpose. Not really true, because I have a bunch of pages that are built with Create React app and they still, like, they're in production, they have thousands of visitors and so on. So I wouldn't say that Create React app is just for educational purposes and so on. 1/4 of all Create React app issues in the repo are related to Webpack. They make their life harder than it has to be. Yep, Shakes, I absolutely agree. The great part with Next.js is their examples. There's so many good examples. I absolutely agree. What I would like to see is, instead of just having examples, like, this is not a, I know someone's going to be like, PR's welcome. Why don't you actually add it, Kitze? Because I'm not smart enough. Okay, I cannot go to the repo and actually add something because, yeah, there are people who actually know the architecture of the thing. But anyway, an idea out there, not a complaint, not a hate thing, just an idea out there. Maybe they're working on it. I don't know if Gatsby has it. It would be so cool if I can just type yarn add Chakra plugin next, and it actually rewires the next config and everything just to add Chakra UI. Or I don't know, you know, just like recipes, adding mobx state tree. I want to add mobx state tree instead of going to the repo with examples. It would be nice to just add it as a plugin, and then it works like within the framework somehow. The framework that I'm using, Nexus, I'm gonna show you Nexus Future. GraphQL Nexus Future actually introduces this framework, this concept of plugins, and I actually love it for that because it's doing the magic behind the scenes. Where the fuck are the actual? Oh, okay, they're here. Docs. So you can add a plugin like Nexus Prisma, for example, and you just add it. That's it. Nexus plugin Prisma. You don't have to do any other shit, and it actually like plugs into different life cycles of the framework, build time, runtime, whatever. Anything that you need for using Prisma within Nexus.js is there. So I would love to see something like that for Next.js, where you're like yarn add Nexus plugin chakra, and then it plugs in everything, or Nexus plugin analytics. Like, do you know how analytics should look like in 2020? Like, you insert one command, yarn add analytics next whatever, and then you call it somewhere in a file, and you say analytics ID equals something something. That's it. Like, you shouldn't have to think about, oh, the server side and the client side, and do I put it in underscore app, do I put it in underscore document, do I wrap my router with route? No, you just plug in the Google Analytics ID and it does analytics for you. I mean, I'm envisioning a future where we're moving towards this kind of configuration, instead of messing with 9 different files and adding few folders and reconfiguring this and that. Like, just add the plugin, add the minimum amount of configuration that it needs, and then it works with that framework. That's how I envision it. I know it sounds like it's easier said than done, but yeah. What do we have in the chat? Nothing. Kyle MCD. Hey Kyle. Yeah, so that's it. Again, apologize if I was too harsh in the way I tweet things. I'm not gonna not keep tweeting like this in the future. Like, I'm a sarcastic asshole and I'm gonna keep doing that. But I'm gonna but I think it comes from where people come from. I did Rails earlier, so I have a high standard of how easy things should be. Stack Overflow dark mode. Yeah, the Drew, I actually agree. And when I say that things in web development should be easier, it's not a hate on everyone that's building anything for the web right now. Okay, I know people are pushing to make things easier and easier and easier, which shouldn't prevent me from saying, God, I wish things were easier. You know what I'm saying? So when I say, fuck web development, it's so fucking annoying, I wish things were easier, I'm not saying everyone who works on anything in web development sucks. Okay, those two things can coexist. Very smart people are pushing the future of the web platform forward, which doesn't mean that I can be frustrated that adding Google Analytics takes 9 freaking steps. Thank you for the follow. I'm still gonna be frustrated. It's not like I'm gonna add Google Analytics and I'm gonna sit down and be like, I'm thankful to every single person who pushed the web forward in 2013 when they introduced that CSS spec. No, fuck that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna be like, why is it so hard to add Google Analytics in 2020? I'm still gonna be like that, okay? And I think that maybe, like, we have this nice vibe with the team from Prisma, and I went out to dinner with them, and they said that actually the key, like, they have me like a running, I don't know what to call it, like in their office they reference me as like, will this satisfy Kitse? Not meaning like they're doing everything for me, but Kitse equals the average user who doesn't give a shit about databases, doesn't want to do low-level configuration of a database. Will Prisma be good enough for them? Because if it's not good enough for me, I'm gonna go on Twitter, I'm gonna be like, yo, what the fuck, Prisma 2? Why do you ask me to do whatever? But after that, we can have like a civil discussion with them, go out or actually talk on Slack. They can be like, hey man, what do you think of this? And I'm gonna be like, this was easier, why did you make it so complex and so on? But they never take it negatively. They might not do it. They might be like, okay, kids, so we take your feedback. But in the office, they're like, fuck that guy, like he's so annoying. But they actually have the discussion. They're like listening and they're like, maybe we're like too deep in the like roots of our of the architecture and how we think things should be, instead of thinking who is our product aimed at and what does our average user think about how Prisma 2 should behave. So as a maker of something, it's very hard to find the middle between what you're building and what actually the users want. And I love that we have like that relationship with the Prisma team, that I can just complain and bitch and praise at the same time. Like I've said it in every single GraphQL workshop that I've did. Even though Prisma is not sponsoring me, is not partnering with me or whatever, I go and I'm like, the best solution to use GraphQL right now is Prisma. And I can go literally 1 hour after that on Twitter and can be like, fuck Prisma. So I know it sounds very contradictory, but it's like the way that I'm expressing things is a little bit more, you know, harsh and aggressive than your regular person. The regular person might go on GitHub and open an issue and be super polite. I'm like, whatever, I have Twizy open here, I'm gonna click it and just tweet out the first thought that pops into my brain. Sometimes creators take that as a constructive feedback. Sometimes they take it like, fuck, how dare you, you offended me, and so on. Let me just see the chat here. We're creating date with Prisma. Yeah, dates with Prisma are fun. I think any engineers try to think of the smartest way to do things, but at the end of the day, the customer is using it. That's what I'm saying, Plugger. Yeah, exactly. Like, right now in CZ, we spent the last month on building a feature. I'm actually going to try to show you the feature real quickly. So let me just... I don't know how useful this is going to be to users, to be honest with you. But yeah, this is the feature. It looks like this. So this is CZ. And here we have projects now. So you can navigate to any project. I have all of my projects on my computer. And I can open the project in Finder, open it in Editor, open it in Terminal, click to navigate to the project. When I navigate to the project, like if I navigate to my blog, I can see all of my URLs here. I can see all of my to-dos here. I can see my notes, open in Finder, open in Editor, and open in Terminal. And I can easily switch to another project and so on and so forth. So we're building this for the last month, and the users might not give a shit for this. So I'm gonna say, like, selfishly, I'm building it because I want to have like a central hub of all of my projects. Like, I want CZ to be the development browser that has everything for you. But the users might be like, yo, this is more targeted at responsive development and you haven't fixed our shit. And I'm not gonna tell them like, no, you actually need projects. I'm gonna be like, fuck yeah, you're actually right. If every single one of you is complaining about the thing, we might as well address the thing. So no matter how clever that I think this feature that we're building is, the users might not give a shit for it. Or no matter what, like right now, you cannot dock DevTools in CZ. And I can come up like, look, is the only two things that are in waiting blocked here. So people vote for this, dock DevTools inside of the window. And I can be like, hey, this is blocked by whatever. The users don't give a shit, okay? The users don't give a shit. And the user might email me. Actually, a lot of users email us and they're like, hey, we stopped paying for your product. We stopped using your product because we cannot dock the DevTools. And stubborn answer would be, well, you can actually have the DevTools if you just open the DevTools on the side. Like you pop them up from here. You do like inspect element and then you pop them on the right side. But this is not the answer. This is not what they're asking me. They're asking me to dock the DevTools within this window on the left. So I can bullshit them and be like, well, you can kind of do it. Or I can be like, oh, fuck, we actually have to solve this at some point. Okay, Kizzy, I think you made your point. I just have one last analogy that I came up with. Like this tweet today reminds me as if like, just imagine that you need to fry eggs, right? And you're frying eggs in a big pot that's made for boiling pasta or whatever. And you do eggs that way for like months. And then finally someone comes and like gives you a pot, you know, a special pot for actually frying eggs. And you're like, holy fucking fuck. It took someone 17 years to bring me a frying thingy. And now I'm going to fry my eggs better because I was actually waiting. Like, this is the worst analogy ever. You get what I'm saying? Like, you'll be super hyped. Like, could you do it before? Yeah. Was it super fucking awkward and hard to do it before? Yeah. So you can be hyped that you can finally fry eggs in a thing that's meant for frying eggs because it's super easy and it's meant for that purpose. Okay, Kitse, shut the fuck up. You made your point. I'm not gonna... do you mean boiling eggs? I didn't mean boiling eggs. I mean frying eggs. Control-Shift-I doesn't work. Control-Shift-I works, Samuel, in CZ, but it still pops up a window. And what the users want to actually dock the DevTools in the CZ window. And we don't have that. It's an Electron bug. Still, we could come up with some solution to solve it. Yeah, sunny side up. Come on, Coin. Let's not discuss X. There's a trade-off, though. How much would it take you to do that, whereas you can make improvements elsewhere? Because it might be improvement for only 5 people versus 100 for another thing. Yeah, Pluggle. I actually, yeah, cries in Electron, Pranit. Yeah. Fork Electron and make your own Kitsitron. Like, they're actually, like, lately, this week, me and Pranit actually started to figure out a solution for docking the DevTools. And we're getting close. But for so long, we were just ignoring it. You know what? Because it was easiest. Because it kind of hurts your developer ego that you cannot do something or do it properly or do it right. And when the users would ask us for it, like, you should see every single email reply that I've sent out. I'm like, no, this is a bug in Electron. There's nothing we can do here. And now when we figure out a way to do it, it's like, oh shit, we could have done it, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, so one more time, apologies to the Next.js team for my harshness. I'm going to keep using Next.js. I'm going to keep praising everything that they're doing in Next.js. The discussion is over 26 minutes. Oh, alrighty then. I would actually like to devote next episode or maybe next Friday. I started actually pairing with people on streams. So I would like to have someone, maybe Max or someone from the Gatsby team to discuss the trade-offs between Next.js SSG and using Gatsby for building a blog. Because I picked Next.js because honestly for me it was like super easy. But I would like to see the pros and cons. There's one more thing that I would like to discuss. So I tried to do... I tried to actually store MDX server side. Where's that tweet? I tweeted out very late at night. So I wanted to store MDX server side and then actually fetch it with Next.js or Gatsby or whatever, and then render it. But it turns out it's a bigger problem than I thought it's just gonna work, but it doesn't work. You don't use dark Twitter. I'm not using dark Twitter right now because I need the light in my face to come from all sides. Otherwise, half of my face is gonna be dark. So every single tutorial is assuming that you're gonna store the blog post locally in MDX, and that's not true. Like, I never want to have my personal portfolio. Just imagine every time I want to write a blog post, I'm gonna go and edit an MDX file. Like, fuck that. I stored all of my blog posts in GraphCMS, which is a CMS that gives you GraphQL API. And anytime I would need to change something or whatever, I would just open it on my phone or whatever. I have a nice interface for editing my blog post. I'm doing it there. I'm not gonna edit MDX. And yet, every tutorial is assuming that you're gonna store your blog post in MDX. So this is not easy at all to do. Just store MDX and then render it as a string or whatever. So Kyle from Gatsby said this is easy in Gatsby, and I'm like, I have no idea how to do it, you know. So I would love to explore that just to see the difference between the Gatsby and Next.js for using these kind of things. All right, let's wrap this up. What should we move on with? Let's close all the sissy shit. And again, where's the goddamn thing? This week in Webdev. What the fuck did I retweet? Yeah, episode 8. If you have any links from Webdev, anything that happened this week, just paste them here. Let's make this fast. I'm super hyped to continue working on the blog. I'm gonna actually start a stream right after this one where you're gonna watch me just continue working on my blog. So I want to get this over with quickly. Let's just see the top links for the week and let's get the fuck out of here. I made a peer-to-peer video calling website to call my friends during the pandemic. Why? I'm gonna be an asshole and say why. Why you couldn't use Zoom? The most advanced video chat ever created. I mean, it's nice as an exercise. I'm kind of jealous that you're smart enough to do that, Ian. But try an easier, more secure way of calling. Pick name, share URL, start chatting. Pick a call name. How about this one? Basic tree Kitse. Okay, go to my call. Oh, okay. This makes sense. Yeah, it's something like whereby or appearing or whatever. New version of VS Code this week dropped. VS Code. Yeah, it's similar to whereby, but I would trust whereby more because it's like there for years. So you just get started, you sign up, you pick a URL, and you're gonna have that URL for you. So there's a new version of VS Code. Probably we're gonna, okay, I'm gonna leave that open there. Let's move on. Website that reskins Reddit into Microsoft Teams. Good for work. Like your employer is not at home. They're not gonna. Holy shit. This is epic. Do you know how much I'm not in the mood for doing this episode? Just storing all the links and all of that shit. I'm not in the mood at all. Fuck. Oh, but we have to do it. Come on, Kitse. Come on, Kitse. Get your shit together. I'm gonna open Notion here, read a bulleted list, and I'm gonna paste every link that we find interesting. How to build simple Node.js. Here's the link. Thank you, Samuel. Have you seen the new Slack design? I've seen it. We have only 3 people on Slack. It's not like we're gonna use the features. There's a new VS Code update. Let me see the screenshots. Timeline view. What is a timeline view? Is not out of preview and enabled by default. Unified view for visualizing time series events. For example, git commit, file saves, test runs. Profile the timeline. Wait, what does this do? Ah, okay. Okay, got it. Workbench. Quick open rewrite. Navigate from files to symbols. All right. Filter results. Okay. Improved extension pack display. Extension pack. What are extension packs? Oh, okay, like groups of extensions. Cool. Thank you for the follow. File Explorer can show hidden files. Reopened with... Jesus Christ, they added too many things, huh? That I'm not gonna use. New debug console icon. Integrated terminal. Languages. Tasks. Oh, what is this? Faster task quick pick. TSC. Settings sync. Alright, it's becoming more WebStormy. I like that. That green blue bottom toolbar. Give me a Windows XP. Why is it? What green toolbar are you talking about? What green blue bottom toolbar? I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, what the fuck happened to my song? Oh, a new one is starting. There you go. TypeScript 3.9 beta support. Wow, there's too many things. Like, if you're a VS Code user, go ahead and check this out. I'm gonna put this in the notes. This is important, of course. WebStorm also dropped a new update. I'm not gonna sweat it with the update. If you're a WebStorm user, go and check it out. There is a new upstate and upstate. Yeah, okay, so there's a new upstate, dumbass. Let me find a link to this update because it's actually pretty nice. I love the new font. I love the new theme. They have prettier on save. Couldn't care less. I enabled it just to actually see what it's like, but I prefer to format my own files. So yeah, I'm not switching anytime soon. I posted both of the links. If you care about either of them, just go and check it out. Atom status MVP. This now works in the latest code. Thanks to Westboss for opening an actual issue. Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw this. Cool. Let's move on. JavaScript. What else? JavaScript framework that puts web pages on a diet. Oh, Jesus, why? Is this Alpine.js? What is it? Or is it Svelte? Svelte? Probably it's Svelte. There you go. It's Svelte. Yep. It puts the web on the diet. Nope. You don't need it for every page. Is it cool? Yes, it's cool. It doesn't have JSX. I just can't make myself use something that doesn't have JSX. I'm sorry. Just me. Just saying. Before someone jumps on me or like, are you trying to say that Svelte? No, I'm not trying to say that. It's just not for me. Can I say that? Yeah, I can. Vime, media player library that gives you complete control. The final bundle is Vanilla.js compiled with Svelte. All right, speak of the devil. Evolving fractals to generic algorithm. Let's see this shit. Random fractal, nice. Why local storage only allows to store string values? Why? I'm super curious why. Or why I cannot store JSON directly on it. Huh? Local storage set item, but why? Can you give me a TLDR of why? By the way, in the blog that I started working on, I'm actually gonna write articles. They're like 1 sentence long, where I'm getting straight to the point. I'm gonna have long articles. Like, don't get me wrong. My article about GitHub stars, pay rent, whatever, it's like 18 minutes. You're gonna die by the time you finish this article. So this is a long form. But when you're giving a tip or when you want to reach a conclusion, I would, even if I have a long article, I'm going to put a TLDR. So for people who don't give a shit about my article, they can know why local storage only allows to store more one string values. Let's read this. Local storage allows data to be stored in browser across sessions. The data will be there even though the session is expired. We already knew that. That's why we clicked on the article. Is it frequently used to store data so they can be loaded when needed? We know that too. As per spec, it says that the keys and the values are always strings. Why? Let's take a look at an example. Once upon a time, when I was little, my grandma... Just get to the point! It's not user-friendly design. Indeed, local storage. Yeah, very plausible. Set object. Now some browsers like Chrome do support another function. However, it is not supported. Okay. Like, I cannot find a TLDR of this. If you care about this, I'm going to put it in the notes and you're going to learn why. TLDRthis.com. I don't know if that works with development articles. Let's move to front end. That's it for JavaScript. JavaScript, you're disappointing this week and nothing happened and I'm actually mad. Let's see what happened this week in front end. Not so much like a maniac, but a rage inside with little nuances like this happen. Yep, same. In case you needed some diverse illustration for next project, you can grab my pack here. Nice. Blackillustrations.com. That's cool. It's like that pack that everyone is using, but diverse. That's awesome. I'm gonna put that in the notes. Moving on. When JavaScript gets to you. Oh, they're putting vodka and juice. All right. And that has 100 upvotes. This subreddit is going to shit. Free open source iOS inspired dash. Okay, there's nothing new in front end. Let's move on. Let's see Webdev. That pack. I'm gonna put it in the notes and you're gonna get the everything here. So this is the link. I'm gonna actually build this into my blogger or build a separate website for it. I know I'm saying that all the time, but for now you can just find it in markdown files. All of the notes. Yeah, all of the notes will be here. It's gonna be episode 8 and you're gonna find all of these episodes here. So just make that you follow this repo, whatever, you're gonna get a notification. Let's move on. Webdev top this week. Hello, how's it going? Bootstrap will drop all support for Internet Explorer. Finally, somewhere in a bank, some manager is gonna tell to the boss like, we cannot move on, and that guy is gonna say, okay, we're dropping Internet Explorer support, and developers in the world will go like, the biggest applause ever. Yay. What does this mean? Like, what are the comments? Like, how are people gonna take this change? My university just dropped. I couldn't be happier. This must be a sign at the end of the internet. I don't get the panic around the news. If you're still in IA support, you can use BS4. Who are the people who still use IA? Yeah, why do they do that? Like, why? Corporations and shit. Like, in my country, in Macedonia, all of the banks, I think you have to use Internet Explorer because of security and shit. Web developer learning path. We discussed this last time. Not gonna comment on it this time. Last time, actually, the person who did what is it called? Front-end developer. Like, there are some people that are super nice on the internet. I think it's this one from yeah, roadmap.sh. Somebody's was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. But because I actually discussed this before, right? And I said that this is bullshit. Like, you don't need to know all of these things in order to be a front-end developer. And someone sent the link again during the stream, and I said, fuck it, we're not opening that one. And the creator of it DM'd me on Twitter, and we had a super civil and nice discussion about how can this be improved. What I suggested is you need to build a site that's interactive with the minimal things that you need to learn as a web developer, and then you can click stuff and you branch out. Do you want to learn more about this? Then you click and you branch out, because this kind of tells you that you need to know everything in order to be okay. So here they have actually access for difficulty and time, and that makes sense. Like, you would start with HTML, CSS, and JS, and then you move to accessibility, JS, advanced JS. Okay, the time axis here makes sense. The difficulty axis is bullshit. Time as well. Okay. I didn't say that. Reddit said that. I'm not gonna dive into this thing, because I think there's not a universal roadmap that a developer can follow. Just twist these diagrams however you want. Someone's gonna complain about them. So I don't think that anyone can make one that applies for everyone. Show of Saturday, a basic pixel art editor. That's dope. That's dope. I made a VS Code extension that lets you copy snippets of code multiple times and paste them separately in your workspace. What? What does this do? No, add it to the stack. Oh, this is nice. Love it. Love it. This is perfect. VS Code users, go ahead and check this out. Where's the link, buddy? Pal. Whoever wrote this, GitHub repo, multi-copy. There you go. I'm gonna put this in the notes. Moving on. New Microsoft Edge now scores 100%. Nice. Got an offer to make an app that will have a considerable amount of users, and I'm scared shitless. Holy shit, I remember this feeling. I got over it. If it's just the scale that worries you, that tech-wise, that's the only thing you can really focus on with this project. Don't try to teach yourself React, Rails, or anything else. Stick to your bread and butter for your engineer. Make sure, like, I'm not in the mood to give advice. I'm sorry. Let's just see what is new in this week in web dev, and I want to move on with working on my blog. I just can't stand this pressure. This blog is gonna get hosted on now.sh today, and I'm gonna rewire my URL and everything. I have to finish that today. So let's just see what happened instead of discuss shit. Flowify. I linked this last week. Free human illustration resources list. Cool. Show of Saturday. Application that fetches recipes based on what you got in the kitchen. Like, everyone and their mother has rewritten this app, and there's not a popular solution that actually works nice. So one of my life goals is to make a groceries app, because groceries apps have it twisted the other way around. Like, you walk around at home and like, okay, what groceries do we need? It should be the other way around. Like, it should be Sunday. You should grab your phone and be like, okay, what do we want to eat this week? And then you and your partner, or you lonely alone, and you or your cat, whatever, you decide Monday we want spinach with whatever, Tuesday we want rice with whatever, Wednesday we want Caesar salad. Like, you just pick the things, and the smart grocery shopping app just compiles your things that you don't have at home, and then you, like, it's the other way around. You usually pick groceries, and then when you go to do the recipe, you're like, oh fuck, I forgot actually 90% of the ingredients. So I would combine this concept. Like, here's a free idea, because I'm gonna do this at some point, not gonna do it now. Just combine this with what you have in the fridge with the opposite way. What would you want to have in the fridge? And it adds entire recipes. TL CSS can check for a font installed locally before fetching it remotely. Perf matters. Absolutely. I don't care how this works. I'm gonna put it in the notes. Actually, here's how it works. I'm gonna check the comments. Are you from Poland? I saw Polish topics when you were checking Twitter. Yeah. I live in Poland. I'm not from Poland. I just live in Poland. Let's move on. Googling marquee link that. Okay, we're done. Moving on. CSS, there's nothing going on in CSS. Every single week there's nothing going on in CSS. TL CSS, okay, this is the most upvoted one. Inset is a shorthand for top right, bottom left. I think we saw this one. PostCSS 8 is coming. Here's what it brings. Actually, in my stream with Adam Wathan yesterday from Tailwind, that's the first time I ever used PostCSS in my life. Like, I'm gonna link this in the notes if you care about PostCSS 8. I've never used it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use it in a near future. So yeah, where's my code in this weird gap? How should I fix it? Blah, blah, blah. All right, nothing new in CSS. Let's see web design. Who knows what they want to eat for the week? Asks Pingu. Well, usually I know what I want approximately to eat, you know? So when you go grocery shopping, you shop accordingly. You don't go and buy ingredients for sushi if you're planning to eat potatoes that week. Like, I don't know. And there are people on the other side that are like, let's have every single thing that exists in the store just in case I have cravings for a Kit Kat on top of a lasagna. And then they go and shop for that. I don't know. Let's see web design for this week. What's your awesome list of things? Thank you for the follow. Happy hues, curated colors in context. Not sure what colors, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's see. Oh, this looks fancy. Oh, this looks amazing. I think I've seen this before. And oh my God, the colors, honey, are so good. I was actually looking for a color palette for my blog, and God damn it, I love this. So I'm gonna link this in the notes, and I'm actually gonna use it for choosing. I like this overall bold way of doing things, and I think I'm gonna rip this design off for my blog. Thank you for the follow. Reactbricks.com launched in beta. Thank you. We're gonna okay, fuck it. I'm gonna open, like, I'm telling you to open all of these links, to actually post them on Twitter. You're not, you're posting them in the chat. I'm not gonna be a douche. I'm gonna click the links. I've seen this, and I tried it this morning. It seems pretty cool. It's like a visual way of editing your, it's like a mix between CMS and a dashboard. You have to see for yourself. Reactbricks.com, super cool. We don't have Twitter. That's fair enough. HTML5 accessibility. Look at the new Edge. Okay, Edge is kicking ass. Great job for Edge. Actually, should I link this? Is this a new resource, or is it just Edge did something and now they're great? Like, I don't know, but I'm gonna link this. People who want it. Happy Hughes added that. Let's just get rid of this. Responsive image the simple way. All right, let's see. Cloud4.com. Responsive images the simple way, and the screen size. I will be displayed at roughly this screen size. You can choose from any of these images, which are this wide. Okay, source set. Is this an explanation of source set or sizes, the source attribute, how I generate my image assets? This is one of the reasons that I went with a CMS where I can drag and drop my image, and then they do all the optimizations using Cloudinary or whatever the fuck they use. You just use the image with a couple of these props and it's magically resized for every platform. I don't want to do that using a bunch of local transformers and all of that shit. Anyone got a good solution for interactive customized product builder? No. Free fonts, new, fresh, and other familiar ones. Try using it in your websites. No, okay. What is this? Aren't like Google fonts free? Why do we need a list of free fonts? Huh? A list of best free fonts to choose. Okay, maybe these are like fancy fonts. So fancier than Google fonts. I'm gonna just link it there. How to create link dash, generate a handy dashboard of links in seconds. Yeah, just what I wanted. Another CLI. I'm gonna open my terminal to make a handy dashboard of links. There you go. How cool is this, huh? Let's see what it actually does. Manage Google Search Console. Open Google Analytics dashboard. Jesus Christ, this is like poor man's Alfred. Why? That's it. Thank you for the follow. And we have the last subreddit. We're moving pretty fast. Like, I was spending way too much time on Reddit during this show, so I'm gonna keep it short. React Summit. Attend the biggest React.js online conference for free. What? How is that for free? It's free.live. React Summit, one of the most important, blah, blah, blah. What does it mean? You'll be able to catch up. I'm doing 3 workshops this week, so make sure that you tune in, but the workshops are not free. Cheers. Thanks for this. Thank you very much. Registered. Okay, I'm gonna actually link this in the notes. If you want to register for actually watching the conference for free, you can do it. You're gonna find this in the notes. Pokemon application, React Apollo and GraphQL tutorial for beginners. Cool. Build a Google Chrome extension UI using React. Full project download. Everyone has built this, so nothing new. React libraries in 2020 by Robin Weir-Ruch. The list of libraries for every React beginning, including state management, routing. Okay, let's see this. I like Robin. I like everything that he's talking about. So, okay, this is like a blog post form. Okay, cool. Gonna link this. I don't think this is the right format for sharing a collection of links, but whatever. Fully functional Trello board written using React and Redux. Simple game to kill time. Let's kill time with a simple game. 8 tiles. What does this do? Start. What should I solve? What should I solve? Is it gonna explode? The fuck? Okay, pretty cool. How to get these animations working in React.js? Use framer motion. That's how you get them. React see-through. Draw attention to specific components on your page. Actually, we need this. We're planning to have like an onboarding thingy for this new feature in CZ, but I don't know if this is the thing. Let's see. Do you have any public demo that we can see? Documentation examples. Where are the goddamn examples? Basic usage. Click. Activate. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Maybe it's better than the other 30 libraries that exist for doing this. So I'm gonna link this in the notes. React see-through. We don't have Twitter button. There you go. Okay. React folder structure in 5 steps. I'm super curious to see this. Because in my talks, I'm joking that a structure, like stop over-engineering your folders, folder architecture, just put everything in one folder. That doesn't scale at all. So let me see what Robin has to suggest here. List item, multiple React files, app list. Okay. From React files to React folders, app list. Okay, you put that in source with the hooks. List item, technical folder separation, components, hooks, services. I don't think that there's an ideal way of doing this. Yeah, people are obsessed with folders. So yeah, you can do that by domain. You can do it by, but I think that what I think is our IDEs should help us actually. So just leave them on disk in a flat structure, but give me a different way of doing it in the project. So in the code editor, give me a way to group them, to just switch and group them by feature, or see them in a flat list, or group them by view or whatever. So let me organize them in multiple ways. So depending on what I'm doing, the folders can reshuffle. Because whenever you pick one way and you build like that for 8 months and then you change your mind, good luck refactoring your entire app that way. So I think the editors should change the way of displaying this structure instead of you manually creating and navigating this structure. So I'm going to give you an example. All of my web projects were organized in different folders on my disk. It was like user/webdev/ and then I will have open source, or I would have /private, and then in /private I would have a project, and then in project I will have multiple projects and so on. And what I decided when I built JS UI for the first time is I'm gonna move all of my projects in a flat structure on disk. So on my disk, all of my projects are in Webdev. That's it. All of them are in Webdev. And then what I have is actually we're porting that feature in CZ right now, is you are organizing your projects right here in something that looks like this. So you have groups with colors, with emoji. You can easily like collapse a group. You can open a group. You can navigate to a project. But on disk, they're going to remain in a flat structure. I can choose to take this and move it somewhere else. But on disk, it's going to remain in the same place. So I would love if like code editors come up with a fancy way of displaying projects instead of just, well, there's your folder structure on disk. Now good luck. Go on and open a random Java project. The source folder is 80 folders deep in some branding namespace. Yeah, exactly. It's a mess. So there's not an ideal way of organizing React folder architecture, and I think that the editors should actually help. A safe haven for rents. Oh my god. If anyone needs to blow off some steams, you can join me here. I need to use this instead of yell into the void. Okay, let's do this. I should use this more than actually going on Twitter because it's also private. Next.js should have supported the source directory 4 years ago. See, let it out. It's anonymous. Nobody can hate on me. And then I let it out. I yell into the void. I'm gonna bookmark this. I'm gonna use it every single day. What other thing can I complain about? Shit. I don't know, but you can actually go to this website every day, and you're gonna notice which tweets are Kitsa tweets. Okay, it's a very good idea actually. Node.js, Express, Socket.io, and so on. Okay, you're still discussing folders. Let's move on from folders. That's it on the React subreddit. Let's see what are the trending repositories for this week. Language any, come on. Oh, remember how everyone is writing ReasonML in 2020? I'm gonna go there, motherfuckers. I'm gonna go there, because every year since 2016, people were tweeting out, this year is the year that finally everyone, okay? Not a lot of people, everyone is gonna be writing ReasonML in 2017. Are they? 2017, 18, 19, 20. People are not even talking about it anymore. So language is, of course, our pal JavaScript here. So let's see what happened in JavaScript this week. COVID India React. Refresh that website. Samuel SK. Ah, fuck it. I already clicked away. So I already linked the COVID India thing. It's pretty cool. Download manager. I have no idea why this thing is trending. Who is using a download manager? What the fuck are you downloading that you need a download manager? GraphQL.js is trending. COVID safe paths. What is this? Open and private preserving system. Oh, fuck. Did you see that Apple and Google sat together? I don't know if they sat together. Probably they didn't. Tim Cook is not going to sit together with Larry, whatever his name was. I almost said Larry David. What was the name of the Sundar Pichai? Whatever. They didn't sit together. But did you see that article? Google and Apple sitting in a tree. COVID-19. Okay, that was pretty funny. I'm a pretty funny guy. So finally, they're going to collaborate, and they're actually going to... I don't know how this will work, but they're going to ship a feature for tracking. Like, you can report yourself as being positive with the corona, and then if someone else crossed paths with you in the previous, I don't know, week or two, they're going to get notified, hey, you were actually exposed to someone who had the coronavirus. You might take more care about yourself, or I don't know, watch your symptoms or whatever. But I'm not sure if they're going to release it as an app. Let's see how they're going to launch a comprehensive solution that includes application programming interfaces and operating system level technology to assist enable contact tracing. Now, this is the scary part. If it's an OS update, only 4 Pixel users are going to get this. Google's going to be like releasing the latest Android 11.4 with COVID tracking. And then crickets. Silence. Because there are 4 users in the world who use Pixel 4, and they're going to actually get the update. Samsung's going to be like, oh, just give us 1.5 years and we'll be able to completely destroy the look of what you have built, build our own Samsung UI on top of it. Oh, fuck, we forgot the COVID tracker. Give us a few more months. We're going to build in the COVID tracker. We're going to rename it to Samsung Fit Tracker or whatever. So if Apple pushes the update, it's going to be bam. You're going to wake up and you're going to be like, shit, I have an update on my phone. Oh, now it can track Corona stuff. And with Android, it's not going to be that easy if it's an OS. But on the other hand, the positive side of Android could be they can release it as an app and it can still have all the system access and whatever. And people are going to just install it through the Play Store or whatever. I don't know how this is going to work. I have no idea how this is going to work. I just know how the conversation went down, okay? So Tim Cook called Sundar, or whatever his name is, Sundar Pichai. And he was like, hey, Sundar, we wanted to... I don't know how to say this, man. Like, we wanted to do that thing. Like, you know how our operating system works. You know, we care about privacy. We never want to do, you know, and Sundar was like, say no more, fam. You want to track users. You want to get data. We're all in. All in, baby. Want to track them? Want to store them? Do you want our database of everything about every user ever? We got that, Apple. You don't have to worry about it. And maybe Apple, okay, I'm going to go too far with this. So no, Apple's going to stay as they are. They're going to care about privacy. Let's forget all the shit that happened with iCloud, how many celebrities got hacked. Let's just praise Apple for their privacy, right? But I just hope that this is the one news that I've read. And I'm like, finally, technology is doing something to turn things around. Like, not that a lot of people didn't do shit to help the virus with technology. But when I go to like Reddit, instead of seeing, like, we saw that in Webdev or React. Where the fuck was that? Instead of seeing solutions for COVID, we see things like, hey, I made my new Pokemon tracker. So I was just expecting people to use this, to use technology more to add solutions for this instead of building their blog with Next.js on a Saturday morning. Ammon says, Pixel 4 is not even available in India. I'm on Pixel 2 and I still get latest updates. It's not really an issue anymore. Oh, yes, it is an issue. Have you seen Samsung or LG or HTC or whatever Android phones exist? Like, they get updates 2 years later. Map of names and addresses leaked. In our country, we have a tracker for COVID. And what happened? Map of names and addresses leaks. Yeah. So I just hope that Google and Apple are going to sit together and solve this properly. And hopefully they're going to improve this COVID situation. All right. Jitsi Meet desktop Electron powered by... Oh, I wanted to see this. What is this COVID safe baths? Preserving system to use personal information to battle COVID. Oh, this is for logging. Okay. So this is like an open source thing. Gonna put that in the notes. Jitsi Meet Electron app. What? What is Jitsi Meet for the love of everything? Secure. Okay, whatever. GraphQL engine. Awesome self-hosted anime review, just mostly adequate guides, Svelte, Axios. Docosaurus, Chinese poetry is trending on GitHub. Why? I have no goddamn idea why. People are hosting poetry on GitHub. Like, I hate the fact that I'm putting this on GitHub. But I just wish there's an easier way to go to an interface, create something that's free, publicly accessible, create a file, and it gives you a page that you can share with people. I cannot think of anything else except GitHub. So as a temporary measure, I just had to use it. But I hate it. Like, GitHub, I also have this awesome conference practices that I hosted it on GitHub for the same reason. And I hate that it's here. Like, this should be on another thing. It's not an... Oh, I hate that it's here. Called Wiki, Medium, whatever. I don't know. Let's see what we have left. Product Hunt products of the week. Product Hunt products of the week. Thank you for the follow. Your.watch monitor fitness data in virtual reality. Oh, I actually have seen this. I have seen this thing. It's not Webdev related, but you can install it, I think, in your Oculus Quest or something, and it's gonna track your calories while you're slashing things in VR. Anyway, it's not a Webdev thing. Let's just see if there's some Webdev things here. Connected workspace for Teams, Telegram 6.0. Have I actually talked about how much I love Telegram? I'm not gonna sweat it, but goddamn it, I wish every single person just transferred to Telegram from WhatsApp, from iMessage. I cannot stand iMessage. I don't know why people love iMessage. Telegram is freaking amazing. Don't sleep on it, and make your entire family switch to Telegram. Absolutely worth it. Kitsa said it on his Twitchcast thingy. Mom, you should use Telegram. Yeah, totally gonna work. Nothing interesting here. Oh, Snipper app. This might be interesting for using yours. Umar said Samsung's One UI has most features before they come into main Android. So at this point, version doesn't matter much. Yes, it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Sup, Rook, how's it going? Why not make a public Notion page? Hey, Kurt, that's actually not a bad idea. I should have done that. You're right. I should have done that. Lightweight and clean UI. Okay, I think this is free. So if you're on macOS, it's a nice way to store your snippets. It's certainly easier than open sourcing something. Like this morning, I wanted to open source a package that I have with UI components for Chakra, and I was using TSDX. If you haven't heard it, this is the coolest thing in the universe for open sourcing TypeScript packages in React. I'm actually going to plug this in maybe again. I think I plugged it in once. I don't know. I'm going to put this in the links. It's pretty cool, but it gave me some, like, when I run it in the terminal, it gave me some, like, I couldn't build, I couldn't watch my folder, and I just quit. Like, fuck it, I'm going to copy paste snippets around. There's not an easy way. I'm actually looking forward to pika.dev. I don't know why is it taking them so long, but this is the thing of my dreams for building packages. You click like quick start, new package, you call it, you use JavaScript, TypeScript, React, you pick a license, you pick a name, you click create it. Then you go to edit, you have all of your files, you have all of your tests, you paste your code, you publish the package, you commit it to Git, you publish it to whatever registry, and you use it. I think this works in the browser, or it's a local editor. I have no idea, but this is the dream. Now the process of open sourcing something is 1, pain in the ass, 2, pain in the ass, and steps 3 to 9 are pain in the ass, and step 10 is actually publishing the package. So when Pika Dev will be around, I'm gonna open source way more things. Dev.to. Let's see if we have anything interesting here for this week. Rook says, just came in, Telegram is good. Just switch to Signal. What the fuck? Signal is some private thing. GTV.app. What is this? Notice no step was and then profit. Yeah. GTV.app. Oh, you want me to go here? This week is in Webdev is the best TV show. Well, thank you. I thought someone was gonna say shit about my mom there, and that's not fair. How I get my website to load in 1 second. Learn, okay, Git and GitHub, 8 React performance tips. I should visit less websites during this show, seriously, because most of the things will be posted to Twitter. Like the entire idea, let me explain you the idea of the show. The idea of the show is I come every Saturday and you actually post me tweets and links of what happened this week. And I read them and then I'm informed of what happened this week. Otherwise, now I screwed myself and it's the other way around. I'm sitting here informing you and reading you Reddit and whatever happened in this week. That was not the original idea behind the show. So yeah, let's see, what do we have from Adi Osmani, our web dev expert. Every week he has some cool shit to share with us. So delete unused code, don't comment it out. Okay, you can use emoji as CSS selectors, but please don't ever do that, ever. Smashing magazine, smart interface design checklist. Oh, there's one more thing that I want to plug in, and it's Tailwind, and I used it for the first time yesterday. And if you have the money, go just go and grab Tailwind UI. This is insane. They have built a component for everything that exists on the web. Like every layout that you can think of, you can find it in Tailwind UI, and it's responsive. Like, this is insane. So you just paste it, you just take the code thingy and you just paste that and you add some JavaScript logic to it, and it works. It's responsive and shit. So go ahead and check it out. The road to being a good engineer is a long one. Yes, it is. Resize Observer. Hopefully you know about this. Let's just observe, and it's in the latest Safari. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's great news. Because you needed a polyfill for this in Safari, and now it's finally in Safari. Good job, Apple. It only takes you 75 years to do the same thing. Like Safari, people are happy that Bootstrap is dropping Internet Explorer, but everyone should drop Safari. Like, fuck Apple, seriously. Safari lately is a pain in the ass, both on mobile, both on the web. Every time I try to switch to it, is like, actually on mobile I'm using it because I prefer the UI more than Chrome, but the especially on a tablet, it's absolute shit. So we're done with Addy. Let's actually wrap up with the memes of the week. Unless, let me check if you guys plugged in some links here. With Dev. Toggle password inputs the text back and forth. I use Angular style guide. So Andrew just posted the only links here. Password toggler. Toggle password inputs the text back and forth. Okay. Oh, but probably there's a Chrome extension for this. Chrome extension toggle password. On mobile, you have no choice for iOS. Yeah, exactly. I just like password visibility toggle. That's it. So on iOS, I just like using Safari because you cannot switch Chrome to be your default browser. So you might as well use Safari. Oh, what is this? That seems cool. Okay, so you just run this command and it generates you a tree and you can share it with people. It's not a bad idea to actually build a public website where people... Oh, this could be a cool idea. So one of you can actually build it. Just build a website where people can share their folder structure and maybe add a little description about their folder structure and just give them this command. They run it and you just post everyone's folder structure. So if you need inspiration for all sorts, because they're not going to be sharing any private information about their code, just the folders and the file names. So when you need inspiration for folder architecture, you can just go to this website, like what you're going to call it, folder architecture hunt or something. You just go to this website and you see all sorts of folder architectures. It's a good idea. So I'm going to put this in the notes. Someone might need this. And I think we're going to wrap up with two things. Try not to laugh challenge, which consists of 2 parts. See, actually, this show could be fast. I actually sweated the Next.js thing for more than I actually intended to. So next time I'm gonna try to spend less time on bullshit and more time on actually browsing the content that the show is about. But let's start with trying not to this is my reactstructure.io. I like the name. Go buy the domain and go actually build it. So how this challenge works is I'm opening Reddit on programmer humor first, which is like 14-year-olds making programming memes. I'm gonna put on my serious face. Well, bam, there you go. And if I laugh, I lose. I'm probably gonna laugh. I'm also 14, so let's see this. Okay, I don't know what is the hype about this video. Like, everyone is talking about this video and I refuse to watch things that people are hyping about. Like Tiger King. Shut the fuck up with the goddamn Tiger King. Every time I open Netflix to watch Better Call Saul or things that are actually good on Netflix, I hate to see that mullet, whatever, dude with the tigers just because Netflix said so. And everyone is like, oh, look, there's a new show. Let me watch that. No. So I saw this, everyone sharing this video of this dude, and I'm refusing to watch it. I'm going to watch it like 7 years later when it's not cool anymore. Does that make me a hipster or the opposite of a hipster? I don't know. Anyway. Let me just double down on that Netflix thing. I hate that people are so, like, have you been to IMDb top 220? How many shows have you seen from here? Shows, whatever it is. Have you seen The Wire? No. Have you seen Game of Thrones? No. Have you seen Breaking Bad? No. Have you seen Chernobyl? No. And yet, you open Netflix, and just because it's big and flashy and right there in your face, like, oh, Tiger King, hey, wifey, sit down, we should watch Tiger King. And, like, every time they release something, it happens. Immediately, people go on Twitter, hey, have you watched whatever stand-up shitty comedy Netflix posted? It's fucking annoying. I actually fell for it. I tried watching this, Ozark. Everyone's like, oh, this is a new Breaking Bad. Oh my god, it's so good. Like, have you watched Breaking Bad? This is absolute shit compared to Breaking Bad. So I told myself, I'm gonna watch shit that's on the top 250 list on IMDb until I finish watch all the good shows. I'm not gonna watch Tiger King. It's a nobody asked. Yeah, I know, but I wanted to prove a point. Okay. Tom Scott actually makes interesting videos. I will check them out once everyone stops talking about him. I will actually check them out. Check him out. All right, let's continue with the trying not to laugh challenge. Can you guys please recommend books that made you cry? Lost it. I forgot that I'm in a try not to laugh challenge. Okay, putting on a serious face again. And now we're starting. Yeah. I actually mentioned in one of my first talks. What was it called? Navigating the hype driven. If you haven't watched this, like go and watch this already. I'm gonna put it here in the chat, not gonna put it in the notes. And I mentioned that COBOL people are gonna make shit ton of money. Here it is. Here it is. One day it's gonna be like this for Angular 1, okay? There's gonna be a zombie war or whatever. We're gonna have shit ton of Angular apps in production. React 79 is gonna be out, and the government's gonna be like, we need your help. Are you an Angular 1 legacy developer? And there's just 3 people gonna be like, I still know Angular 1. They're gonna make more money than you're ever gonna make in your entire life. Let's move on. Me getting out of bed at 10 to start working in 10:15. This was me this morning. It's the first time in the last 5 years that I woke up, didn't drink anything, didn't do anything, just went on a computer in pajamas and I started coding. But it's not a funny meme. Sidewalk ends. Me commenting code like sidewalk ends. Okay. Not gonna laugh. Not gonna laugh. Official documentation. Okay, I'm gonna laugh at this one. Fuck. Don't laugh, Kise. Don't laugh. You're better than this. Shut up. Okay, didn't laugh. Didn't laugh. Not that funny. Roses are red. Violets are blue. Unexpected on line 32. Just imagine wearing that in public. Seriously. Me leaving area 51, knowing how to center vertically. Oh, come on. Let's get this over with. It's easy to center in CSS. The kids want to play programmer like daddy, so I'm gonna, hey, Nether, you're famous on programming humor. I read this and actually I laughed at it. Not gonna laugh at it now. Your resume, Git, SSL, view, blah, blah, blah. Interview decision. Sorry, we need someone who knows AWS. True. Computer science students are not PC repairmans. Okay. Trying to fix site issues, be like, okay, not gonna watch this. Not funny so far. Problems in your personal life. Choose a career in programming. No personal life. No problems. Hello world. I don't get this meme. Like, seriously. When I finally come across a problem that can be solved with recursion after graduating. Nope. Nope. You're using this meme wrong. You're overusing this meme. Nope. Diddy dope. Not funny. Uber in 2016. We have thousands of microservices. Everyone, that sounds insane. Uber in 2020. Turns out that was insane. Yep. Mom, can we have IntelliJ? We have IntelliJ at home. IntelliJ at home. Eclipse. Oh my god. Who made that? Now, if you have funny shit, just send it in the chat. I'll try not to laugh. Programmer Dad, what are clouds made of? Linux servers. Bing Cat, exactly how I imagined Bing Cat. Not funny. As always, programmer humor disappoints. I laughed last time, actually. I hope your code behaves on Monday the same way it did on Friday. I have 69 viewers on Twitch. Nice. Hugh, my dirty hacks are not that bad after all. My favorite gaming fact, in Fallout 3, the game couldn't support a train for the player to ride in, but it could make NPCs walk. So this made the train a hat. This guy wanders around beneath the ground wearing this train hat, just being, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just love this solution. I love everything about solution. And do you know why I love it? Because game devs do shit like this. If this was in Webdev, you're gonna get shamed for it. People are gonna be like, but that's not the right way it should work. That div shouldn't be another div's hat. That's how web devs are. And game developers do this shit. They're like, we don't give a shit, the train moves. So it's a person with a train hat on. That's amazing. Holy shit. Releasing a new feature in production and be like, okay. You prefer YouTube on Twitch? I don't know. The thing that I posted is a video, but very funny. You should watch it later. I'm gonna. My code doesn't work. Panic. I made a spelling mistake. Calm. My code still doesn't work. Panic. Okay. Okay, PHP bad, blah blah. Me and my program, the code I copied from Stack Overflow. Not funny. Let's move on to the final boss, which is Mark Dalgleish. I haven't seen a lot of his memes this week, so he has a chance that they actually gonna make me laugh this time. I've seen this one. Not very funny. RAM. Okay, that's serious. When you're writing JavaScript, but you're also compiling to JavaScript. I'm playing both sides, so that always come out on top. This is me today. Am I out of touch? No, it's the snapshot tabs who are wrong. Okay. Today's progress on the design system. These are serious tweets. When your code works on the first try. When you're using MacBook's built-in HD camera. MacBook's built-in HD camera is bullshit. It doesn't deserve the HD title. Designer can code, developer can design. Perhaps I can be of help. Okay, this was actually funny. I laughed at it when I saw it. Not gonna laugh now. I mean, people watching your stream, which one works better for you? I'm streaming on all platforms at once. We have 27 people on YouTube. We have 65 people on Twitch. There's I don't know how many people on Periscope. So whoever wants to watch wherever, you can watch it there. And when someone invents something, when someone who works at Google invents something, this is not funny. This is sad. Just because someone has a title, people are, oh my god, that open source is super nice. That guy from Google, that girl from Facebook made it, and so on. You shouldn't use margin around your components. Finally, use padding. It's not supposed to play that game. This is from Nitin, and actually it made me laugh this morning. I'm gonna survive the challenge this time. When you click on a markdown file and it opens in Xcode, this little maneuver is gonna cost us 1 year. That was funny. Microsoft. So we made a new code editor, sort of alternative Visual Studio. Got any ideas for name? How about Visual Studio Code? Microsoft. That's fucking it. Yep, that's fucking it. When OSS dev starts an open collective. Money, money, money. Just one more piece, just one more episode, just one more div. Okay. Pair programming. Not my best work. That's it, Mark. You didn't win this time. This time I survived both Stack Overflow and both Mark. Crap. What do you think I should do now? Because we're done with this. Unless you have any things to plug in or anything to show or anything else, it's kind of done. However, I want to stream working on my blog. So I don't know if it's a good idea to continue it in the same stream. I don't think so. What I'm going to do is probably I'm going to stop it, take like 10-15 minutes of a break. I'm going to come back and I'm going to work on my blog. I'm going to use Next.js, Chakra, Graph CMS. If you're interested in building with those things, make sure to follow this channel on YouTube. Make sure to follow on Twitch. Make sure to follow on Twitter. I'm going to leave all of the links here. Twitter.com/dkitze, Twitter.com, Twivdev, YouTube.com/kitze. I'm going to post a new vlog actually tomorrow. So if you're not planning to watch my stream again today, make sure you watch this vlog. I'm going to leave you with the vlog right here. go check out cz.co. So if you haven't checked it out, there's a 14-day trial for this. It's a browser for developers. We're shipping an epic feature this week, so I'm super looking forward to that. I'm not gonna dwell and talk about CZ. I don't want to shove it too much in your face. Just go and check it out. I don't know. I think that's it. So I want to thank you, everyone who was actually watching this until the end. I'm gonna post all the notes from this week here, so make sure you follow this repo. And is that it? I think that's it. Okay, I will see you in like 15 minutes.